Hey guys, I'm Rihanna, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm sharing with you guys my TBR for 2 readathons. One readathon is happening the day I'm posting this video, which is Saturday, and that's why I'm posting an awkward video the day I normally don't post, but that is Zoe's 24-hour readathon. This would be my first time participating in this. I don't know if I'm vlogging yet or not. I gotta see how I feel, but yeah, there's that. And the other part of this video will be my Spookathon TBR, which is a readathon that goes from October 16th to October 22nd, and you read books based on different challenges, and it's a week-long readathon that people talk about. So, the first book I already started, but I wanted to finish reading it during the 24-hour readathon, is Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. This book is a continuation of the previous book, Stalking Jack the Ripper. I wasn't a huge fan of that book. I really gave it a 2.53 out of 5. The only reason I wanted to read this was because it's about Dracula. But the first book, I was very disappointed with all of the forensics work in it. I don't think she did a really good job handling it. And I hated the ending. I really, really hated the ending. And the portrayal of Jack the Ripper, I just wasn't a fan of it. But the concept of the book was nice. The setting of the book was nice. And this book, I'm really liking it so far. I like this a lot more than the first book. So this follows a girl named Audrey Rose, who is a female who wants to be a medical examiner and in the forensics kind of realm. But obviously back then, in the 1800s era, it wasn't really allowed. So she's in this village now, we're in Romania, where she is trying to get into this top academy, and obviously she's not regarded highly because she is a female, so she's dealing with that. But there's also murders that seem like Vlad the Impaler, whose Dracula is coming back. So it's really good so far. I'm about 160 pages in, so I'm doing pretty well. It's a really long book, so yeah, we'll see how far I get through this. The next book is like a required outside reading for my school, which is Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. This seemed really interesting. We had a choice of a couple books, and I picked this just because it's kind of futuristic compared to a like oldish society feel, and it seemed really interesting. It reminded me of a book I've already read previously, and it is kind of short, so we'll see how I do this. I kind of want to read it, but it's just the annotations are going to take a while, so we'll see if I get this done. And the last book, which I'm super excited to have gotten, and it's humongous, so this is going to carry on into my Spookathon TBR, is Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King. This is a book written by Stephen King and his son, and this seemed really, really interesting. I heard about the concept with at BookCon, while I was at BookCon, and this book is massive, guys. It's probably like close to 1,000 pages. I have no clue at this point, but I'm hoping to get a good chunk of this done because it is a library book, so I do have to return it. But this follows a book where there's very like violent events happening, and it's kind of a thriller, and these women just keep starting to pop up that are magically pregnant, and they don't know why they are, what happened to them, because they like didn't do anything to get pregnant. So it's just like really interesting, and it's like a women's prison, and it seems really, really cool, and I definitely want to read this. So we'll see how much I can get done in the 24-hour readathon. Now, information on that will be on Zoe's channel. I'll link her channel down below, but I probably will start when I wake up in the morning. I'll probably get up like 7 o'clock and I'll start. Normally you're supposed to stay up at 12 and read, but I did have school today, which if I'm posting the video tomorrow will be yesterday, so I kind of don't really want to stay up that long, so we'll see. I'm planning to hopefully read through Hunting Prince Dracula tomorrow, try and get that done, and the other book, I think I may start Sleeping Beauties. I don't know, let's see how I feel. So now it's on to my Spookathon TBR, which is another readathon in October, which I hope you guys participate in because it is super fun. This is my first year participating, and all of these books are horror, thriller, mystery books, so I'm excited to show you guys. So the first challenge is read a thriller, which will be Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King. I honestly, it's very ambitious for a 24-hour readathon to try, and I could probably read this in 24 hours if I had the time, but I don't think I will be able to if I want to finish the other books. So hopefully I can read this within the week. If anything, I'll extend it and try and make it a 2-week book, but I definitely want to try and get this done because this seems such a good read. The next challenge is read a book with a spooky word in the title, and this book has been on my TBR for a while since I've gotten it, and I want to read it in October, and it's The Dead List by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This follows a girl who is being stalked and kind of attacked, not physically, but like mentally with a lot of these pranks. There's a clown in the street that's watching her. There's her dishwasher is moved and all this stuff is happening to her. So it's kind of like really, really scary because you don't know what's happening, but I'm very excited to read this book because it is Jennifer L. Armentrout and it is a horror book. So we'll see how I like it. The next book is read a book based on a childhood fear, and this book kind of, it's not fully my fear. I had like some fears. I was like afraid of the dark. I didn't really like clowns at one point, but I wasn't afraid of them. I just didn't like them. And I think my big fear was like getting kidnapped. So this book kind of talks about it, but this is more about she disappears, not necessarily she gets kidnapped, but it's The Safest Lies by Megan Miranda. This book follows a girl who was kidnapped when she was younger, and she just came home a couple years ago, and her mother goes missing, so she's kind of reliving what happened to her, and she has PTSD, and she's trying to find her mom and all this stuff. But it seems really interesting. Everyone's saying it's really good, and the Goodreads ratings look awesome, so I definitely am really excited to read this. The next challenge is read a book with orange on the cover, and I don't think I'm going to do that just because, one, I don't really have books with orange on the cover. Obviously, Dragonfly and Amber's one, but I'm not going to read that because I've already read it. So, I don't know. We'll see if I get a lot of these books done, I will add that book in, but I'm just going to leave it blank for now and kind of open to my interpretation. But the last book is read a book set in a spooky location. So this I'm choosing How to Hang a Witch by Adriana Mather. This is set in Salem, Massachusetts, and Salem is kind of spooky if you guys know about the Salem witch trials. So this is actually about the Salem witch trials. This girl's ancestors were involved in actually hanging witches, and burning them at the stake. So she's kind of like ostracized from the Salem population. So it's kind of about her dealing with that and being in the center of a new witch trial. So it's really cool, and I'm very excited to read this. It's actually pretty big, not like as big as Sleeping Beauties obviously, but I'm very excited to read this. So that's it for my TBR for both my readathons. I'm really hoping I can get through a lot because my reading lately has not been good. I read 4 books. Yeah, I've only read 4 books this month, and that's really, really bad already. So I'm kind of like nervous about that, but we'll see. I've just been really busy with school, and I'm super sorry that this month hasn't been a great reading month. But yeah, that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and definitely go check these readathons out because they're going to be so, so fun. So bye, guys.